So at some stage or another, everybody goes through a period of the shanks. It almost become a bit of a swear word, because once you get the shanks, it's very difficult to get rid of them. So if a company's producing a training aid that's going to help you get rid of those shanks, then it's going to sort of spike quite a bit of interest, I would imagine. So we've got the FatPlate Shank, which I'm just going to go and get off the wall, because the keen-eyed of you out there will notice that I do adorn the walls in this makeshift office with FatPlate's products, one of which is the FatPlate Shank, which was sent to me actually a little while back. Haven't really got around to actually testing this thing, but I thought I'd give you a little bit of a brief look at it, a bit of an introduction, just to see what it entails and see what FatPlate are claiming and how they're going to help you stop shanking the golf ball. So first impressions of the FatPlate Shank, once you've got it out of the box or off your wall, is that it's quite heavy. It's pretty robust. I can't imagine this thing sliding around on mats, because I think a lot of people will be using them on mats or on grass, and if you're using it in this country, the grass is probably going to be damp. So it's got plenty of weight to it. I think that's a good characteristic. That's first impressions. And much like the other FatPlate that I reviewed maybe a year or so ago, the actual turf that's on this, it feels very, very sturdy. It doesn't appear as though it's going to go anywhere, and it certainly looks as though it's going to receive quite a few shots before there's any sort of wear or it needs replacing. It's even got a nice little handle so that you can carry it around easily as well, so that's just a nice little touch. And again, it's probably quite portable. It's just going to slide into your golf bag, and again, barring a little bit of weight, I doubt you'd even notice that you have it with you. And much like the putt plate that I did recently, I'll leave a link for that review in the description of this video. We've got the little T-holes again. I'm assuming that's where we're going to be putting T-pegs strategically to give us an indication as to whether we're actually achieving what FatPlate wants us to do with the drills that they give us. And as usual, nice quality little user manual here from FatPlate, outlining certain drills, and when I get this thing out there on the golf course, I'll certainly go through this in a little bit more detail. But yeah, it certainly looks like there's enough to be getting on with there drills wise, so certainly plenty to keep you occupied if you do happen to have the shanks. Now the FatPlate Shank does retail at £70. Now £70 is £70. I wouldn't say that was necessarily cheap, but if you speak to a shanker, £70 is nothing if it's going to help you cure. It's almost like an ailment, almost, shanking a golf ball. So if it's going to help you cure that, then £70, to be honest, is pretty good value if it does indeed help you. And that's something that I'm going to have to find out, aren't I? I'm going to have to go out there on the golf course, find out whether this actually is going to help you cure your shanks. It would be a miracle if it did, because to all extents and purposes it is just Perspex with some AstroTurf on it, with some T-holes in. But it has been engineered and designed by, I don't think they engineered it, but they certainly designed it by PGA professionals, and I've got a lot of trust in the people in my trade, so if anybody can design something to help you with your shanks, it's going to be a PGA professional or professionals. Now if you want to know a little bit more about the FatPlate Shank, before I do my final review on it, you can visit FatPlate's website, actually on my monitor back there. It's fatplate.co.uk. FatPlate.golf actually, so they've even got their own little customised website as well, so that's quite a nice touch. So it's fatplate.golf, and they've got a range of different things as well. It really sounds like I'm selling them. I'm not affiliated really with FatPlate at all. I just find their products quite interesting, and if it helps me as a coach, then I'm certainly willing to check these things out and do an honest review for you guys there at home. So keep your eyes peeled on my YouTube channel. I should have the review up at some point mid next week. That's going to be sort of like the 20th-ish of November, thereabouts. We'll take this out onto the golf course and see if I believe it will actually help you with your shanks. I'll see you all again soon. Take care.